This is YouTube.com's Point of Blue, the pregame edition. And I am man Rodney Blue. The Cowboys versus the Redskins. America's team is coming off a much-needed bye week, one that brings the return of Tony Romo, a Pro Bowl defensive back, and the possible return of one of the league's most exciting rookies in Uncle Felix. Fee did suffer a minor setback when he didn't practice late in the week, so he may not be playing. Someone else that may not be playing is Clinton Portis, which is good news. Portis is a card-carrying cowboy killer, and anytime you can get him off the gridiron, you have a much better chance for success. Romo is coming back this week, and people are really thinking that he's going to be the difference. Well, this season when Romo was healthy, he looked terrible. Afraid to look outside towards the wide receivers, Romo found his comfort zone over the middle in the arms of Jason Witten, his best friend and roommate. You know, shutting down a receiver takes three parties: the opposing defense getting physical, a receiver being rendered ineffective, and a quarterback unwilling to challenge the defense and allow his receiver to make plays. As a defensive back, if you can punk out the quarterback, you shut down the receiver no matter how cold he is. If you can get in the head of the quarterback. See, the battle is mental, and up until this point of the season, Tony Romo has been losing that battle. Look, even when the Cowboys win, they have to overcome Romo's mistakes. That's been the MO of this team since Romo took over. Overcome his mistakes and find a way to win. So I don't know if the return of Tony Romo is going to do as much as we want it to, especially with Tony Romo looking more like Mark Rippon, an old school Redskins quarterback whose panic button seemed to be pushed the minute the game started. That's what Romo's looking like, and I sure hope he gets over that. Now on to the Dallas defense. Pitiful. And the return of the overrated Terrence Newman will make no difference. The defensive backs take no personal responsibility for players that enter their area. They don't chuck at the line to disrupt timing. To the contrary, you as a receiver are free to run your routes unaccosted and play pitch and catch with the quarterback. Now they may tackle you after the catch, but with this D, someone is always open. Always. Your best pass rusher plays linebacker instead of defensive end, so he can be forced out in the pass coverage and taken away from the line of scrimmage. You don't have the linebackers to play a 3-4, but you do have the defensive linemen to play a 4-3. So what do? Well, if you're the Cowboys coaching staff, you continue to try to force round pegs into square holes and leave the defense looking stupid out there. Sometimes you just got to get back to basics. You stick him, I'ma stick him, you have my back, and you four rush the quarterback. It's like these intricate pass protection packages the Cowboys have. The right linebacker bitches, so that means the right guard has to pull and get there, or it's a busted play. These dudes ought to just line up and bust a man in front of them in the mouth. The Cowboys are too smart for their own good. They need to A, get back to the basics, B, make Marion Barber the finisher and not the starter, 3, start tackling in practice, because you can always tell a team that hit in practice by the way they play during game time. And we don't look like a team that hit in practice. But we play some teams that look like teams that hit during practice. And last but not least, take Romo's blinders off and make him use the entire field. Now, it's true that the Redskins are having some concerns at running back, and they may have to go with Liddell Betts and Sean Alexander, two guys that I know can get the job done if given half a chance. So the Cowboys defense is going to have to stay on top of both of those guys if they want any chance to win this game. And also, you got D'Angelo Hall, who just got signed from the Raiders. He may just buy into this whole Redskin philosophy and become the great player I know he can become. Okay, so although the records don't mean anything as far as making these teams play any harder against each other, because they do hate each other already, the records do mean something. This is an important game for the Cowboys. They need to get back to their winning ways. Will they? We'll find out Sunday night. This is Man Rodney Blue for YouTube.com's Point of Blue. It's Cowboys versus Redskins tonight, baby. It don't get much better than that.